What are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing with all the Amazon
Threatening me
boxes?
with my Amazon packages. They just go in
Absolutely.
the mail. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes late at night, I get kind of bored, and
Yeah.
you're sleeping, and I'm like,
You know what? The Amazon guy
actually
actually knocked on the door the other day. He didn't have any packages.
What?
And he knocked on the door and he said, "Is everything okay?" Because he thought maybe something happened
Is
to
Stephanie
us.
sick?
Yeah. So here is the here is the topic of today's video. What would you rather have? A bunch of Amazon boxes, or would you like to put your money towards something, a real investment in a real property in Belize that's not going anywhere? Because I guarantee you,
I do not remember what this was in this box.
all this stuff, this stuffy stuff that she orders on Amazon, I'm sure it has a purpose. But you know what? It's going to run out or be used up or get old. We're going to throw it away. But I keep telling her, the money that we keep putting into our investments on Ambergris Key, those aren't going anywhere. And those have consistently gone up in value. This is not going to go up in value. All right. It might be some vitamins that we take, or
it could be, or face cream, or makeup.
Right. So here's the thing, guys. You can either put your money into stuff that has no lasting value, that you're going to use up in a year from now, or maybe even a day from now. You're not even remember that you had it. There's going to be limited enjoyment in your ownership, or you could put some of your money into Belize, into a property, an apartment, a piece of land, whatever it might be, that is going to bring joy for years to come. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I was thinking about it because when we were young with stars in our eyes, we had all these dreams, and it was always my dream to move to Belize. But I also had a dream before on our way there. We lived in Michigan, the Great Lakes state, and my parents always had a boat. I grew up going out on the boat and spending the night on the boat. How big is my parents' boat?
I don't know.
24 feet, little cuddy cabin.
It's a beautiful boat.
So yeah, we would spend the night in there, and it was kind of like our camping. It was just a lot of fun. So as an adult, I wanted a boat, but our bank account did not, with us both working, enable us to go out and write Mr. Wants to Sell a Secondhand Boat a check for tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know if you could do that in your 20s, but we definitely couldn't. And I'm thinking about people in Belize, or people who want Belize as their future, and they might think, maybe when I get older, I might have a lot of money and I might be able to go ahead and write that check. Well, what they might not know is they can do what we did for the boat. We put a little down payment down, and then every month, even though you could only use the boat 3 or 4 months a year in Michigan because it's freezing the rest of the time, we would write that 200, 300, 400, I don't remember how much it was, a month. And it went towards our dream of a wonderful summer. And we had some amazing summers. Yeah. We ended up with 2 boats. We had one, then we sold it, and then we had another one. Amazing times that I would never trade. So I don't want people to miss out on Belize thinking it's for rich people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially on Ambergris Key, because sometimes I'll get emails from clients saying, Dennis, I'm looking at the mainland because property prices seem to be cheaper there. And then sometimes they'll go, oh, you know what? There's actually a affordable price on Ambergris Key. I hadn't considered that because I thought I was priced out of the market.
Exactly.
And so here's the deal. A lot of my clients are younger, or even if they're a little bit older in life, they're not in a spot now where they can just write a check for a piece of property. We get that.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't.
But you can make a small down payment and start paying towards something. And you might be saying, well, yes, if I'm paying towards something, at least with our boat payment, we got to use the boat 3 months a year. But with a piece of land with no house on it, what real value is that to me right now? How can I actually get some benefit out of that land until I can afford to build something on it and use it? So what would you say to that?
Well, my idea is, first of all, usually people have a little budget that they're going to spend on things anyways. It's kind of a slush fund. So it might be very small or it might be big. Some people have, some extra money, and you want something that to go for something. So you might just try to buy to fill a hole and just like these little things. But if you buy in Belize, then you have it going towards something. And we've seen it happen where people were like, I wish I bought in Tres Cocos 10 years ago. I wish I bought in this area 10 years ago. Well, we see it happening. These areas are the upcoming areas, and the island is just going up. So you might not be able to afford, even though with your minimal amount now, 10 years from now, when you have the money to write a check, that property is not going to be there and it's going to be worth a lot more.
Yeah.
So I guess you're just going towards the goal.
Mm-hmm.
It is their property when they buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you can go out there and sit and have a picnic,
There
or
you go.
you can build, you can figure things
Figure it
out.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So here's the deal on that is that don't shy away from trying to finance your dream in Belize. I know the banks aren't the easiest to work with. They require 40 to 50% down payment. Interest rates are quite high. Shorter
Belizean banks.
AMs, yeah, Belize banks. But if you can find sellers that are willing to fund you, to sell you something with seller financing, I often talk about the 10-10-10 program or the 10-10-20, 10-10-30, whatever it might be. It gives you a way to buy something now, not just so you have something in the future, which Steph is right. We've seen areas of the island go up so much in value that it's priced some people completely out of the market. Well, right now, if you buy beachfront property, let's say you go to the northwest, let's say you go north of Secret Beach, right? If you can find something way up in the middle of nowhere now, in 5 or 10 years from now, that property is going to be worth at least double or triple, guaranteed.
And roads are going in,
Hmm.
people are moving up there, businesses are being started. So you're in on the ground floor, and so many people kick themselves and they're like, I wish I would have done that.
Right.
You're just going to keep outpricing yourself. Then you won't be able to afford the next one, and your dream just goes away.
Yeah. So what we've always done is that ever since we started investing in Belize real estate, we started off with one very simple property. I remember the day I bought it. I had to finance it myself.
So proud.
Yes, put a very small down payment on it, made our monthly payments,
Being landowners.
flipped that into something else, rolled that into something else as the years go by.
Mm-hmm.
And now our portfolio of properties on Ski is quite extensive. I'm neighbors with a lot of people that are buying right now in different parts of the island, and we're fully invested. All right, so we 100% believe in it to the point where when like I tell you guys, when I make a commission, all right, we pay our taxes, we give our certain amount to charity, we live on a little bit, but then we roll most of our commissions right back into properties. So as soon as the money comes in fact, what do we do this morning when I sent you a text on Facebook? What did I say?
Yeah, I had to co-sign it. Yeah.
Right. So we put a property under contract this morning. Why? Because we had a couple of deals closed this week. Looked at the finances. All right. Paid the taxes. Paid the charities. We paid our bills, and then took the rest of it and we put it towards another property. So we're constantly investing in ourselves.
I thought you were going to say about that guy who said, "Hey, whatever happened to that property over so and so property?" And Dennis said, "You did a video on it." Yeah. And he said, "Whatever happened to that?" And he did a video on it and let it sit for a week or so, and no one decided it was for them. And he was like, "This is too good of a deal. I gave it to my people. They didn't want it." And he goes, "I bought it."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you buy your own stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, it was a good deal. It's a good enough deal for you. It's a good enough deal for us."
Yeah, exactly. So this property came across my desk. I was flush with property. I was property heavy, cash poor, as they say. And so I passed this property on to my clients. And within 7 days, I hadn't sold. So I talked with Steph, said, "Look, we got to find a way to get this because this is a really good deal." And ended up buying it. And so yeah, I buy a lot of the stuff that I put on my YouTube channel, but I pass along because obviously we can't buy everything.
Yeah.
But it's really neat because you can be assured that if I'm promoting something, then it honestly is a good deal. It's not overpriced because I don't take overpriced listings. I don't take listings that I don't believe in, that I don't feel comfortable selling people, right?
And some people aren't right for a specific property.
Yep.
You're not going to sell a widow who's 70 way up, where she has to get into town, on a golf cart. But there's a young couple who are like, heck yeah, this is, adventuring and we're going to build our own. Yeah. It could be for them. So you just have to find the right property for the right people.
Yeah. And finally, what we find is that where you put your money is where your focus goes, right? So for example, you put your money into a gym membership, most likely you're going to go use the gym membership because you put your money there.
Some of us do.
Right? So
I don't get gym memberships anymore.
So if you put a small amount of money in the country of Belize, right, then that's where your focus goes. Now, you might not even travel there on a yearly basis. Maybe you're in the middle of your earning years, and you know what, when you have vacation, you go to other places.
You're
right?
busy with kids.
Yeah, raising a family.
Yeah.
But you know that when the days get long and tough times come, and maybe, I don't know, something like a global pandemic hits, or maybe some political turmoil, whatever country you're living in, you know that you have your future set up in Belize, right? Because you got your little property down there. And I had one client, what he did was he printed off a picture of his lot in Belize and he kept it on his desk at work. And that was just a little reminder that when the client calls
Mm.
got tough, when he had had enough, he looked at that picture, said, you know what? That's why I'm working today. I'm working to eat and I'm working for that piece of land.
It reminds me of The Simpsons where Homer says, I did it for her because
Oh,
and he did it for Maggie. So you're also doing it for your family, for everyone who comes to visit you, for your future self. I mean, I was saying, we are doing now. Sometimes I'm like, thanks, old Stephanie, because I'll buy myself something and then it'll come in the mail and I'll forget that it came because it's, from Taiwan or something. And I'm like, wow, it's like buying a present for myself. So, because I had forgotten about it in the meantime. So it's like, I wish I would have started working out a year ago. I wish I would have, started eating better. I wish I would have started, doing all sorts of stuff,
mhm.
taking up piano or, learning a new skill or, learning new languages. So what can you do now for your future where your future self will be like, boy, I'm glad I did that for myself.
Yeah.
And being a landowner is cool too. So it's like something that you're working toward. And guess what? If you hate it, if you decide in 10 years that your kids don't want to go somewhere that it's hot or they don't like the beach or, some strange reason, you can just sell it.
Mm.
You put your money there. I can't sell any of the crap that I get on Amazon.
Mhm.
No one wants that. Sometimes not even me. Definitely not him. So you will be able to get your money back out of it when you sell because how long have you had it? It appreciates.
Right. There you go,
So
guys. Our little spiel for today. Hey, listen, if you like these videos, please hit the subscribe button below. We really appreciate that. Like the video if you liked it. And we are interested in hearing from your comments. If you have any questions, let us know. And if you want to get on a Zoom call with us, just talk about your investments, what you'd like to invest in, what you would view as a good future in Belize or elsewhere, then buy us a coffee. We appreciate that. The link's below as well. And we're looking forward to talking to you soon.
have a great day.
Yeah, take care, guys.